3.4, linear inequalities in two variables. I think we can do this in one video. Let's see if I can talk through it fast enough. All right, so at this point we have done linear inequalities in one variable, and we had a number line, and we would have inequalities. Sometimes we would say that it was greater than or equal to 3, and we graphed this way. And that was pretty much how we graphed that. Now we're going to do linear inequalities in two variables, which means a little bit different. Let me get a graph up here. It means that we're going to graph an inequality on this graph instead of just a number line, and we are going to use x's and y's. The standard form of a linear inequality looks like that. And this symbol doesn't have to be that. It can be this, it can be this, or this. You know, there's 4 different symbols that we can use there. But that's a standard form, and it really is pretty simple to do. Let's see if I can make it that way. I say it's simple to do, and then when we do it, it's not so simple, and you're like, okay, I'm stupid because I can't do that because he said it was easy. But I'm just saying it's a little bit easier than it may appear. Let's put it that way. So it says graph this. Well, for me to graph it, you've got a couple different options. You can use this, or you can set up into y equals mx plus b. I prefer this way myself. It gives me good practice, and I just find it easier to do that. So what we're going to do, first step, instead of it saying less than or equal to 4, I'm going to say it's equal to 4. So on all these inequalities, you're going to change the inequality sign to an equal sign and graph that line. So I'm going to put it in slope-intercept form, subtract x from both sides. And I know when there's no number here, it's actually a 1. So my slope is -1 over 1. It crosses my y-axis at 4. So I'm going to put that there. I've got a negative slope, so I know it's going to go downhill. So I'm going to start at 4, and I'm going to go down 1 over 1. Down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And if I just keep doing that, I'm going to end up with a straight line. Okay? So I've got a line there. So one of the things I want to look at now is what this inequality says. It says, well, let me erase that line for right now. It says that y is, or x plus y is less than or equal to 4. Once I write it this way, y equals -1x plus 4. Once I have it in this pattern, or this form, I'm going to put my inequality sign back in. Okay? This symbol here with the equal sign there means that when I draw my graph, I'm going to draw a straight line. If this equal sign here wasn't there, I would draw it a little bit different, and that little bit different would be a dotted line. Because what the dotted line means is that y does not equal this equation. It's less than. But since the equal sign is here, then it can be that line. So it's kind of like, it just tells me that it includes the line or it doesn't include the line. And it all has to do with this symbol. So there's my line. It says y is less than that line or equal to. So less than that line means everything below or less than that line. So what I usually do is I look at where it crosses the y, and it's like, okay, if y is less than, y is a number less than down here somewhere. So it includes everything in here. So you shade like that. Gives you the freedom to do the scribble thing. Okay, so let's look at example 2. Okay, so it's already in slope-intercept form. So again, we just write this as y equals 2x minus 3, and we'll put that inequality sign there once it's in slope-intercept form. Oh, but it's already in slope-intercept form, so we're good. So we'll put the less than sign back in and graph this. So we go to negative 3, that's where it crosses there. My slope is 2 over 1, which is y over x, which means I go up 2 over 1, and I have that point there. So then I draw my graph, but the symbol right here says there's no less than or equal sign there. It's just the less than sign. So that tells me that my line is not a straight line, it's a dotted line, because it doesn't include the equation. It includes all points less than the equation. So I go back, I look at my y where it crosses. This says y is less than where it crosses, so I know that everything is below that line. Okay, and I'm done with that. And let's do one more and we will be done. So example 3 says graph x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, so if you remember a while back, whenever you didn't have a y value, you'd go to x is 5, and you would draw a line vertically through that point. Okay, so that's what we did. Drew a line vertically through that point. All right, this less than or equal sign says that the line is solid, not dotted, which is what I've got. And it also says that x is less than 5. So if we go on this side, those are numbers greater than 5. This side are numbers less than 5. So let's go ahead and graph everything on this side. And that's it. Okay, so that is lesson 3.4 in one video.